In this lecture, we will learn about coordinate geometry. So in a plane, if there is any point, how will we represent it? That coordinate geometry will tell us. Any point in the plane will be represented as an ordered pair. This we will learn in coordinate geometry. And what is this ordered pair? This ordered pair will be given with the help of axes. So, very important is these axes. Here we will be doing two-dimensional coordinate geometry. Okay. Simple geometry is Euclid geometry, in which we learn about the figures and all. And here in this coordinate geometry, we will learn about the exact position of a particular point and the set of all the points which are in the form of these type of ordered pairs. That plane is called Cartesian plane. So this coordinate geometry is actually we are learning about Cartesian plane, in which all the points will be in the form of an ordered pair. So in this Cartesian plane, we will take two axes. One is called x-axis, another one is y-axis. And this x-axis is nothing but a real number line. So x-axis is a horizontal line which is represented as x, O, x dash. Here is a point O which we will take, and through this O we will draw a perpendicular line which is another real number line. So this vertical line is called y-axis. This is x-axis and this x is a point on this line. This x dash is another point on this line. O is the point of intersection of these two perpendicular lines. So this y, y dash is a vertical real number line. On real number line, this part is positive. On the right hand side of this is 0. O, what we are representing, is actually 0. This is called origin. And on the left hand side of this origin is negative. Below this is negative part, and above this is positive. This whole plane is divided into 4 parts. Each part is called a quadrant. We'll start from here. This is first quadrant, and this is second quadrant. This is third, and this is fourth. So any point, where can it lie? It can lie anywhere in this plane. It means that it can lie in the first, second, third or fourth quadrant. And where else? It can lie on the axis also, either on the x-axis or on the y-axis. So now we will see, when we are representing a particular point in the form of ordered pair, what will be its nature? Means, if we say x comma y is the ordered pair, here x is called the x coordinate and y is called the y coordinate. Now first we will see what is the meaning of x coordinate and y coordinate. So in this Cartesian system or Cartesian plane, if we say x is x coordinate, then it is actually the perpendicular distance of that point from the y-axis. And y is called the y coordinate, which is the perpendicular distance from the x-axis. So any point, if we take in this Cartesian plane, or it is also called xy plane or coordinate plane, then that point will have perpendicular distance from x-axis and from y-axis. So this distance, we will name it, suppose it is meeting it over here point M and this is point N. So this x is x coordinate and perpendicular distance from y-axis when we are saying means this is x. Pn is x and Pm is y. The another name of x coordinate is abscissa, and another name for y coordinate is ordinate. So any point will have x coordinate and y coordinate. Now we will see these all points are marked and what are the coordinates of these points. Point A is on the x-axis as well as C is also on the x-axis. Point B and point D are on the y-axis. Point P is in the first quadrant. Point Q is in the second quadrant. Point R is in the third quadrant and point S is in the fourth quadrant. When any point is on the x-axis, so count the units 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is 5 units away from the y-axis. It means if we want to represent this point in the form of an ordered pair, so its coordinates will be 5, 0. Because the distance of this point from the x-axis is 0. That is why its y coordinate is 0. Similar way on the opposite side of this x-axis, means on the left hand side of 0, this point C, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, or you can say 5 numbers also we can say on the number line away from this O or 0. Then its coordinates will be -5, 0. Same reason, its perpendicular distance from the y-axis is its x coordinate, but its perpendicular distance from x-axis is 0. So any point on the x-axis will be of the type plus minus x comma 0. Why? Its y coordinate is 0 and this can be any number. In this case it is -5, in this case it is +5. Similarly, we will find out the coordinates of B and D. Now this point B, if I say its perpendicular distance from the y-axis, that is 0. So its x coordinate will be 0. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is 5 units or 5 numbers away from the x-axis. So its y coordinate is 5. Similar way, look at this point D. It is 0 units away from the y-axis. So its x coordinate is 0. But from here if you count, it is -5. So its coordinates are 0, -5. It means that if any point is on the y-axis, its nature will be 0, plus minus y. This is something which I told you about the axis, when the point lies on the axis. Now the interesting is this 0, because its distance from the x-axis as well as y-axis is 0. That is why the coordinates of this point O or 0 is 0, 0, origin. Clear? Now come to this point P. This point P, first we have to check x, then only y, because any point is represented as x, y, ordered pair. So x is the perpendicular distance from the y-axis. So the point P is how many parts away from this y-axis, that will be counted from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here 5, and from here also if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So point P is having the coordinates 5, 5 because its perpendicular distance from y-axis as well as x-axis is 5. And it means that any point which is in the first quadrant, it's both the coordinates will be positive. Okay. Now come to second point Q. It is 5 units away from the y-axis, but this part is negative. So its coordinates will be -5, comma. Now this part of y-axis is positive. So its distance from the x-axis is 5 units. So its coordinates will be -5, 5. You can also see this. This part is negative and this part is positive. So -5, 5. So any point in the second quadrant will have negative, positive. Similar way, easily you can say the coordinates of R will be minus 5 comma minus 5 because this part is negative and this part is also negative. Okay? And the last point S. This part is positive but this is negative. So its coordinates will be 5 comma minus 5. So what we have seen, first quadrant both positive, second quadrant minus and plus, third is both negative, and the fourth is positive and negative.